Okay, so Mother's Day was this past Sunday, and I was talking to my friend Zack about it, and he was like, yeah, I've really been spending a lot of time thinking about what I should get my mom. I feel like if I don't make her tear up on Mother's Day, then I failed as a son, and I didn't really do my job. And the whole time he was telling me, he's like, what should I do? And I was thinking well, that's easy, duh. Just punch her in the ovaries. Elbow her in the tits. Hard enough to make her tear up. That's the point. Otherwise, Zack fails as a son. So, my name is Matt. And that was okay, so I'm doing this thing where I tell one joke in the beginning, and then I introduce myself. Sort of like how in TV shows, they have a little thing at the beginning, and then they have the theme, the whatever of the show. In The Office, where Michael Scott says something really funny, and it's do-do-do-do, it's like that, but I'm doing that with stand-up. Yeah, I know, see, and it's going pretty smoothly right now, so I'm going to start telling some jokes. Let's delve right into this, shall we? I'll take that as a yes. Alright, so one thing I learned from being white is that I can be racist without even trying. One time, I was riding in a car with some friends, and I smelled something kind of weird. So I was like, ew, who farted? Oh, it's just Samarth eating his Indian food. And I was totally unaware that I casually mentioned to my Indian friend that the food he was eating, that his mom made for him, smelled like shit. So I'm going to stop talking about racism now. So, and I'm going to move on to better things, because you guys don't seem like big fans of racism, and that's cool. That's nice. Woo, yeah. No, for anti-racism. And so I was thinking about foreplay, and there's a lot of different kinds of foreplay, and I see it as kind of like a family. Cunnilingus is the dad, and the blowjob is the mom. 69 is the uncle. You never see him, you only hear about him. He's in Maine somewhere. And handjobs is the accidental that you put up with. You just tolerate him. Because that's exactly how I feel about handjobs, man. Girls, I'm sorry, but girls just have no idea what is going on. They'll just white knuckle it and just the tighter you grasp it and more violently you stroke it, that brings more pleasure. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. I would know because I've mastered the art of stroking a dick. And it really kills me when I watch girls like you try and just struggle with something that I've mastered to complete in total perfection. It really kills me. And I mean, it's not your fault though. There's no training dick for you to use before the real thing, right? You don't own a training dick. That doesn't exist, right? That's not a thing. I'm asking, is it? Alright, I'll just assume that's a no. But I still sometimes I just wonder man, this would be so much better if a dude was giving me a hand job right now. Because they're familiar, they know what's going on, they know what they're doing, and they also won't complain 2 minutes in about why you haven't come yet. Alright, yeah, so gay guys are amazing, they're beautiful, but unfortunately Vladimir Putin doesn't agree with me. We're actually nearing a 1-year anniversary of a law that made it illegal in Russia to tell kids that gay people exist. But the problem with that is gay people do exist. And so technically you're now legally obligated to lie to children. And I think that's awesome. I'm talking about lying to children, of course. I do it all the time. But I think the problem with it is you can't lie to a kid. 1 in 10 of the kids you lie to about gay people are going to have a severe existential crisis further down the road. And if you're not following what I'm saying, think about it like this. How would Santa Claus feel if you were raised in a Jewish household? Because I'm no expert with kids. I told you 5 seconds ago that I love lying to them, but I'm pretty sure you don't want to convince your kid that he or she doesn't exist. It's not a thing. Anyway, real quick, I'm going to go into, I don't know the specifics of the law, but it sounds an awful lot like the superhero initiative from the Incredibles movie, where like gay men have to like don a heterosexual secret identity and like go away from the glory days of just having sex everywhere. So now they have to be more covert about putting on their spandex, as gay men do, before they have sex. And I'm not going to act that out, unfortunately. My name's Matt, though. Don't forget that. I'm done.